Hi students, in previous class we learned free body diagrams. By using those free body diagrams, in this class we draw some equations. After some simplifying those equations, we can calculate acceleration and forces are acting on the body. And if any strings are there, we can calculate tension in the string also. Here, first we see connecting bodies. In these connecting bodies, three bodies M1, M2, M3 are connected as shown in figure, and force F is applied on the body. This is similar example in our daily life. Train, engine pulls bogies. Engine pulls bogies. So between connection, what is the tension acting? Here strings are there. I am taking the tension in this string is taken as T1. This tension, try to pull M1 in upward direction, try to pull M2 in backward direction. This tension is T1. In this string tension taken as T2. T1, T2. In this case, blocks are moving along horizontal direction. That means three blocks are in vertical equilibrium. Vertical equilibrium means net force acting along the vertical direction is 0. That's why no need to consider vertical forces. In this case, three blocks are in vertical equilibrium. Equilibrium means net force acting along y direction is equal to 0. Net force acting along y direction 0 means acceleration along the y direction is also equal to 0. In this case, here three blocks are traveling along the horizontal direction. I am assuming three blocks are moving along the horizontal direction with an acceleration A. And you assume this surface is a smooth surface. First draw free body diagram for M1. On this M1, we consider only horizontal forces. Along the horizontal direction, tension is acting. T1 only acting. Write equation. In this equation, T1 is equal to M1 into A. Say this is equation 1. Next, come to second block. M2. On M2, how many forces are acting? On M2, two forces are acting. One is towards right. This tension is taken as T2, and another tension is acting towards left. This tension is taken as T1 only. In this case, net force is equal to net force. This block is moving towards right. That's why rightward forces is taken as positive T2 minus leftward force is taken as T1. That is equal to M2 into A. Say this is equation 2. Come to M3 block. On M3, two forces are acting. One is towards left and one is towards right. The force which is acting towards left, this is tension T2, and the force acting towards right is taken as pulling force. Take it as F. Net force acting on the third block is equal to F minus T2 is equal to M3 into A. So this is equations. By using free body diagrams, we can draw equations. Next. Now if you add these three equations, add equation 1 comma equation 2 and equation 3. Now after adding these three equations, if you observe here, plus c1 minus c1 get cancelled, plus c2 minus c2 get cancelled. After adding, we can get one equation, that is f is equal to m1 into a plus m2 into a plus m3 into a. In this you take a common, then you get m1 plus m2 plus m3 into a. Finally you can get acceleration of the blocks a is equal to acceleration of the blocks a is equal to f divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3. This is acceleration of the system. To find the tension in first string, in this equation substitute a value. A value substitute in equation 1, then we get tension T1. So tension T1 is equal to mass m1 into acceleration a is equal to f by m1 plus m2 plus m3. This is tension in first string. To calculate the tension in second string, then we should add equation 1 and equation 2. Add equation 1 and equation 2. After adding equation 1 and equation 2, we get T2 is equal to m1 into a plus m2 into a we can get. From this, take a comma, then we get m1 plus m2 into a. We know a value. A value substitute in this equation, then we get T2 value. A value substitute in above equation, then we get tension T2 is equal to m1 plus m2 into a is equal to f divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3. This is tension in the second string. Suppose we want to calculate net force. Net force on m3 is equal to calculate net force on m3 is equal to m3 into a gives the net force on m3. Net force on m2 is equal to m2 into a gives net force. Net force on m1 is equal to m1 into a. This gives the net force. So net force on m1 is equal to m1 into a. Case 2. Two blocks of masses m1 and m2 are connected by a light and inextensible string which passes over a frictionless pulley. See here, masses m1 and m2 are connected by a one string. This string is passed over a pulley. Here pulley is frictionless and massless also. String is also massless. And one more condition is given: mass of the first block is greater than mass of the second block. So mass of the first block is greater means if you suspend a system like this system m1 is moving downward direction, M2 is moving in upward direction. That means both blocks are said to be in horizontal equilibrium. Horizontal equilibrium means net force acting along horizontal direction is equal to 0. The blocks are moving only along the vertical direction. So take free body diagram for M1 and M2. So before going to free body diagram, first we see number of forces acting on the blocks. If you observe block 1 and block 2 are connected by a string loop, that's why tension will exist in the string. This tension always try to pull the body in upward direction. So this tension try to pull the block 1 in upward direction, block 2 is also in upward direction. Same tension is try to pull the pulley in downward direction. On pulley, same tension try to pull downward direction. If you write equation for block 1, I am writing for M1. On M1, only two forces are acting. One is tension, second one is weight. Weight M1 is acting downward direction, and tension is acting in upward direction. But this block is moving downward direction with an acceleration a. So moving downward means downward force is greater than upward force. Here block is moving downward direction means downward force is greater than the upward force. That's why I am writing equation M1g minus T is equal to M1 into A. Come to second body. On second body also, weight acting downward direction, M2 into G, and tension in the string is acting upward direction, T. So for this equation, this block is going upward direction. Going upward means upward force is greater than the downward force. So for this we write equation T minus M2G is equal to M2 into A. Here block is going upward direction. That's why upper force is greater than the lower force. I am writing net force T minus M2G is equal to M2 into A. Say this is equation 1. Say this is equation 2. Add these two equations. Adding equation 1 and equation 2. Plus T minus T both get cancelled. Then we can get M1 into G minus M2 into G is equal to M1 into A plus M2 into A. In this you take G common, then you get M1 minus M2 into G is equal to, take A common, then you get M1 plus M2 into A. From this, finally we can write acceleration equation. From this, acceleration A is equal to take this side, then you get M1 minus M2 by M1 plus M2 into G. Next, we should find the tension value. To find tension value, A value substitute in either equation 1 or equation 2. I am substituting in equation 1. After substitution, we can get M1 into G minus tension T is equal to M1 into A is equal to M1 minus M2 by m1 plus m2 into g. From this entire term take this side, t value take that side, then we get m1g minus m1 into m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into g is equal to t. In this we take LCM. Here LCM is m1 plus m2 is there. Here nothing is there means 1. This 1 cancel out, m1 plus m2 times. Then we can write m1 plus m2 into m1g minus this cancel out, one time. Then we can get m1 into m1 minus m2 into g, that is equal to tension T. Each and every time multiply with minus m1. Here multiply with m1. You take m1g common. In these two terms, you take m1g common. If you take m1 into g take common, divided by m1 plus m2 into we can get m1 plus m2 minus into plus minus m1 minus into minus plus m2 is equal to tension T. If you observe here, minus m1 plus m1 both get cancelled. m2 plus m2 is equal to 2m2. Finally, we can write tension T is equal to m2 plus m2, 2m2, 2 into m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into g we can write. This is tension equation. Next, what is the thrust acting on the clamp? On this clamp, how much thrust is acting? So, thrust on the pulley or on the clamp? On the pulley or clamp, you take whatever it may be on both sides. Here pulley is pulled downward direction by T plus T. These two tensions are acting in same direction. That's why total thrust on the pulley is equal to T plus T. That is equal to 2T thrust is acting on the pulley. So T value, T is equal to 2m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into g. Substitute here, then you get thrust on the pulley. And here on the clamp, tension is acting in upward direction. Here tension is T plus T, 2 acting in this direction. Next, case 3. Two blocks, one is hanging vertically, one is placed along the horizontal surface. Both are connected by a light inextensible string passed over a frictionless pulley. First we see forces acting on the bodies. Two bodies are connected by a string. That's why tension is acting in this string. This tension, try to pull the m1 in upward direction. Try to pull m2 towards right. And its weight is acting downward direction. Its weight is acting downward direction. And here one more normal reaction is acting, but here there is no normal reaction. If you take free body diagrams of these blocks, block 2, m2, how many forces are acting on m2? On m2, weight is acting downward direction. Tension is acting towards right, and normal reaction is acting in upward direction. These forces are acting, but this block is in a vertical equilibrium. M2 is in vertical equilibrium. So net force acting along vertical direction is equal to 0. In this case, N minus M2G is equal to 0. So we can get N is equal to mg. Block 2 is in vertical equilibrium. So net force acting along vertical direction is equal to 0. The block is moving along only horizontal direction. Along horizontal direction, its acceleration is horizontal force, only tension is acting. So tension T is equal to M2 into A. Say this is equation 1. And come to this block M1. But on M1, two forces are acting that along vertical direction only. Along vertical direction, its weight M1G is acting downward direction and tension is acting vertical upward direction. You write equation. In this case, block is going downward direction. This block is moving downward direction with acceleration A. Then this will move along the horizontal direction with acceleration A. So in this block is downward direction means M1G is greater. So we can write M1G minus tension T is equal to M1 into A. Say this is equation 2. To find acceleration, add equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 and equation 2. After adding these two equations, plus t minus t both get cancelled, then we can get M1G is equal to M1 into A plus M2 into A. Take A common in this equation, then you get M1 plus M2 into A. Finally, we can write acceleration A is equal to M1 into G divided by M1 plus M2. This is the acceleration of the blocks. A value substitute in equation 1, then we get tension. A value substitute in equation 1. From that, tension in the string T is equal to M2 into A. A is equal to M1 into G divided by M1 plus M2. This is tension in the string. Next, we have to calculate thrust on the pulley or on the clamp. Thrust on the pulley. If you observe here, on pulley, two tensions are acting. Those are perpendicular to each other. On pulley, one tension try to pull downward direction and another tension try to pull towards left. On this pulley, two tensions are acting perpendicular to each other. If two tensions are acting perpendicular or two forces are acting perpendicular to each other, angle between them is equal to 90 degree. So we can find the resultant tension. According to parallelogram law of vector direction, if two vectors are making such an angle, then we can find the resultant by using this formula. R is equal to under root of P square plus Q square plus 2P to cos theta. But here cos theta is equal to theta value 90 degree in this condition. theta 90 degree, so cos 90 degrees value 0, this entire term becomes 0. Then we can write t square plus q square only. So here p value, q value both are same. P value is equal to t, q value is also equal to t. That's why I am writing t square plus t square, that is equal to root over 2t square. This it is in the form of root over a into root over b. We can write root a into root b. So finally we can get root 2 into t. This is force acting on the pulley or thrust acting on the pulley. Same thrust is acting on the clamp also. On this clamp also same thrust is acting. Next case. Two blocks of mass M1 and M2 are connected by a string and passed over a pulley. But here one block is suspended vertically and another block is placed on a inclined plane. In this case, we have to find acceleration and tension. In this string, tension is acting in this direction. Here tension try to pull upward direction. This block is also try to pull upward direction. This block weight is acting downward direction. Block 1, M1 is in a horizontal equilibrium. M1 is in horizontal equilibrium. That means on M1 only acting vertical direction, forces are acting only along the vertical direction. If you take free body diagram of M1, take it as M1, on M1 tension is acting upward direction, T, its weight is acting downward direction, M1G. In this case, I am assuming this block is going downward direction with an acceleration A. So this block is going downward direction with an acceleration A. Then M2 is moving along the inclined plane but in a upward direction with the same acceleration. Because both are connected by same string, that's why both blocks are moving with the same acceleration. From this we can write a free body diagram. From this free body diagram, we can write one equation. In that equation, weight is greater. That's why M1G minus tension T is equal to M1 into A. For this, come to second block. M2 is in equilibrium perpendicular to inclined plane. That M2 is in equilibrium perpendicular to inclined plane. Equilibrium perpendicular to inclined plane. Perpendicular to inclined plane equilibrium means on this normal reaction is acting perpendicular direction to the inclined plane. Then which force balances its normal reaction? If you take only that block is on the inclined plane, I am taking only M2. M2 on M2, normal reaction is acting like this. Its weight is acting vertically downward direction. Weight mg acting vertically downward direction. Then, which component balance normal reaction? We should resolve this weight into two perpendicular components. One of its component balance the normal reaction. object is placed on inclined plane, then we should resolve weight into two perpendicular components. If you resolve it into two perpendicular components, one component comes parallel to inclined plane, another one balances the normal reaction. If you observe this diagram, in this diagram, inclined plane is like this, making an angle theta. Here, this is the normal reaction direction. Normal reaction making an angle 90 degrees with the plane, and weight is acting vertically downward direction. Here it making an angle 90 degrees. This angle is 90, so this angle is equal to, this angle is 90 minus theta. This angle. Then the angle between plane and normal reaction is equal to 90 degree. So the angle between normal reaction and weight is equal to also theta, because angle between the surface and normal reaction is 90 degree. Here this is 90 degree, but weight making an angle 90 minus theta with the inclined plane. So this angle is equal to theta. Now we resolve this weight into two perpendicular components. The component which is balance the normal reaction is mg cos theta, because here it making an angle theta, and another component is parallel to inclined plane, that is mg sin theta, m2g into sin theta. These are the forces are acting on the second block. So draw free body diagram for the second block. Take second block. On second block, tension is acting up the inclined plane. In this direction, tension is acting down the inclined plane. Component of weight is acting down the inclined plane. In this direction, m2g sin theta is acting, and this block is going up the inclined plane with an acceleration a. Now write one equation with this. But what about vertical forces? Vertical forces, it is in perpendicular to inclined plane equilibrium. Whenever it is in equilibrium, no need to consider the forces perpendicular to inclined plane. So if you write free body equation by using this one, T is acting upward direction, T minus m2g sin theta is acting downward direction, m2g is equal to m2 into a, because block is going upward direction, that's why T is greater than m2g sin theta. Say this is equation 1 and say this is equation 2. By simplifying these two equations, we can find acceleration and tension. Add equation 1 and equation 2. We know equation 1. Equation 1 is m1g minus T is equal to m1 into a. Equation 2, T minus m2g sin theta is equal to m2 into a. Adding these two equations, minus t plus t get cancelled, we can get m1g minus m2g sin theta is equal to m1a plus m2 into a. In this, if you take g common, then you get m1 minus m2 into sin theta into g. You take a common, m1 plus m2 into a will get. From this acceleration, a is equal to m1 minus m2 sin theta by m1 plus m2 into g will get. This is a acceleration equation. A value substitute either in equation 1 or equation 2, then we get t value. So from equation 1, from equation 2, we know t is equal to we can take this side, then we get m2g sin theta plus m2 into a m2g sin theta plus m2 into a value we know m1 minus m2 sin theta by m1 plus m2 into g, right here m1 minus m2 sin theta by m1 plus m2 into g. From these two equations you take m2g common, m2g, and take LCM. In this LCM is m1 plus m2 is LCM, then you multiply, then you get m1 sin theta plus m2 sin theta here plus m1 minus m2 sin theta. We will get this equation. But if you observe this equation, m2 sin theta minus m2 sin theta get cancelled. If you take m1 common, finally we can get tension T is equal to m1 sin theta. You take m1 in common, then we get m1 m2 into g by m1 plus m2 into 1 plus sin theta we will get. This is the tension equation. Next we calculate thrust on the pulley. On this pulley two forces are acting. On this pulley two forces are acting. Those two are the tensions. One tension is trying to pull down the inclined plane, and another one is trying to pull in this direction. The angle between these two tensions is equal to 90 minus theta. Here this angle is equal to 90 minus theta. We find the resultant thrust on the that one. So resultant thrust T or resultant thrust is equal to, according to Carnot law we know T square plus Q square plus 2pq cos theta. From that T square plus 2 T into cos 90 minus theta, because here theta is equal to 90 minus theta. From this we can write T square plus T square is equal to 2T square plus 2T square into cos 90 plus theta is equal to sin theta. If you take T common, then we get T into root over 2 plus 2 sin theta we will get. This is the thrust acting on the pulley.